knew that was going to start earlier. I had it mentally ready.
You're ready.
I was like, what is my checklist of things when we're starting the podcast? Oh, yeah, it's going to start very quickly once I hit that button.
A lot of things starting earlier today.
Oh, my gosh.
Two things.
Too. Yeah, two. Well,
That's
a decent amount.
This.
There are no-win situations. Vietnam. This.
Our favorite quarterback's playing tonight, too.
Our favorite quarterback.
Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett. Why is he our favorite
No,
quarterback?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
I was being sarcastic about the other
I
quarterback.
was like, where did that go?
I was being sarcastic about the other quarterback,
okay.
our favorite quarterback.
Our favorite of all time.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Is that... Oh, my gosh. They already have another primetime game?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Well, welcome in. It is a Thursday. All is right with the world. Everything is back on its axis. We are back here for some beverage podcasting. If you've forgotten who we are because you only happen to watch on Thursday evenings and not when I'm streaming during the week, I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith. And that's just wrong if you're only watching on Thursdays.
I mean, people like the content they like. I
That's
understand
true.
that this is the top
dynamic.
of what we have.
Okay.
This
Well, it's
is,
not the top.
This is the mountaintop right here.
It's the alternative.
That's right.
It's a dialogue between the two of us. Yeah.
Is that the summit? Is the summit the highest, or is that the one down? I'm the summit, and then we're at the top of the mountain. It's something like that. I think
The summit, I thought, is the highest.
Is the summit the highest?
I think.
Oh,
We've
okay.
reached the summit.
Oh, okay.
I don't think there's anything else to
But it's not the peak, maybe. Is that not the peak? Is that a different thing? I don't know.
The summit is the peak.
If anyone's here in chat and wants to clean that up for us, they can. We should have a lot to talk about this week. I joked about yesterday on stream. I was like, this should be a very Keith-focused podcasting day.
Gosh, I hope
where
not.
I can literally pour something and I'll just sit here and drink and you will just regale us
just
with conversations.
interview me.
Pretty much. Like I was saying, because we have not really talked about anything.
No,
Even
it's
pre-show, we held everything back.
Well, yeah, the things that can be, discussed.
Yeah, exactly.
The X-rated stuff. No,
Yeah, that's definitely kept on the side.
For private, personal, family things. Although you are a family, so welcome.
That's true. It's the extended family, but sometimes
That's
you don't
right.
share everything with the extended family. All
no.
that kind of stuff. Is that Keith who makes Dwayne Johnson look small?
gosh.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is very true.
That is
I don't know how
not
tall
true.
Dwayne Johnson is.
Well, height-wise, maybe.
Height-wise, you may be in the same. I think Dwayne Johnson's a tall guy. Brothers, it's good to see you.
6'2"-ish, I'm guessing.
Which beverage do you want first? Do you want strawberry lemon or orange poppy?
Are you calling me Pop? Oh, no.
No.
Hi,
Poppy.
not comma.
Poppy sodas.
I don't know. I've they're both tasty, so whichever one.
Okay. All right.
Probably
orange.
Orange. Yeah. I agree with that. Oh, and even Brothers agrees. Orange drink.
Orange drink it is. I have not had this one yet. Like I said, I did have the strawberry lemon earlier in the week. What's that?
I'll say maybe I haven't had the. I've bought the Costco pack that has.
They have two of them.
Yeah. There's
Okay,
the
so
grape,
you had
right?
these-
Or no, what's the one that's in the grape? Is that the other one? Maybe.
The one has the Doc
there's
Pop and all
cherry
those
lime,
ones.
too.
Yes, it's cherry lime, and
Okay.
then these two are the
Then
other ones
yes.
that are in there. I actually have the
Yes.
graphics, so let's break that out. Apologies if you can hear my dogs in the background. For some reason, they like to get feisty right as the stream
I
starts.
don't think
but
the makeup.
hopefully
or the
they'll-
makeup. The microphones are quite that sensitive.
hopefully not. I
But-
don't think they weren't last time, but we'll make sure they do exist. We do exist.
The
as a pair.
Poppy? Oh,
Frost-
not the Poppy soda's us. Yes.
Frosty, it is good to see you.
6'4".
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You're right. You're right.
I'm not-
You'd see eye to eye.
No, I'm 6'3" before I started the shrinking process.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
you're 6'4".
I have
Yeah.
not measured myself in a while.
Well, let's just go with
I may have
6'4".
gone down just a little bit. We'll say
Let's go with
6'4". I used to say a little over 6'4". 6'4", 260. Keith looks amazing. There
Wow.
you go.
Dang.
I mean, you're what about?
blush.
You're about 80 pounds less of that. 70 pounds.
No, boy, I wish. No.
70?
Not too much less than that.
Yeah. Not dude, you're not 250.
Huh? Oh, no, that's no,
Okay.
more than that.
Evening, Keith. I see you brought the ass. Oh my gosh! Right away.
What is that? Is he going
Sole
Italian?
mio.
Oh, wow.
Amore
Okay.
mio.
Okay. Oh, solo mio.
Yeah.
I
there
get
we
it.
go.
Okay.
6'2", depending on the convenience. I'm leaving. Wow. Okay. We're all just adjusting our heights here as we speak.
Leaving convenience.
That's right.
Sounds like there should be a town like in New Mexico somewhere that's convenience.
Convenience, Ohio.
Yeah, or Convenience, Ohio. Yeah. Leaving Convenience, Ohio, that is.
So prebiotic,
Yes.
the Poppy sodas. I guess that's a big thing. These are a little more expensive. This pack out at Costco, I think it was 15 of them for $20, something like that.
They do put it on sale, I think,
Okay.
for 15 or 16, I believe.
Yeah, when we
But
just
yeah.
got this last week, I think is
Yeah.
what it was. So yeah, 15 sodas, $20. You can order them through Amazon and stuff, and it's a little more expensive than that. I want to say it's like 12 of them for $15, like something like, or $20 or something like that. But yeah, just kind of, it is what it is. we have not liked some of these in the past. We've also liked others. It has been a little up and down, at least for me.
Yeah, I grew to like the stupid root beer. Was it the root beer?
That's just weird.
I know, it was weird.
The root beer was awful.
I know.
I also did not like the Doc Pop, which you were like, that one's okay. So I could see if you started to like that one more.
And let me say, I don't know if I necessarily liked it, but there was a point I was like, this is okay.
All right.
No, I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't seek it out.
You'll pour like average beer down the
because this is a healthy drink.
Okay, so is that why you liked it then?
No.
Because I can drink some chalky, like 20 gram protein crap. If I'm like, well, this is good. I get it down and,
This isn't that healthy.
Okay. This is good stuff.
It's
this
healthier.
orange smells good already.
Yeah, it does. And I do have this. Yeah.
That one definitely does smell good.
It's the prebiotic tang.
Is that what the astronauts?
Yeah. They need that because they have to have the good, flow. The good flow through when you're in the,
Dislike all of the ones I have tried. So of the ones we have tried, the grape has been my favorite. I won't spoiler alert, but I did have the strawberry lemon one earlier this week. But we'll have that one in a second. This one is also, I think, pretty good. It does have still, because there is stevia in it. They kind of balance things out. There's 25 calories, but there's still, so there is organic cane sugar, which is great. There's apple cider vinegar, like all that kind of stuff. And then they still do use stevia. So if you have a sensitivity to that, if you which sometimes I do, if they use too much of that, we've always thought it can taste chemical.
It goes weird.
This one's a little bit borderline in the aftertaste. I'm starting to get used to that because I'm having more things that have it in it. Try strawberry vanilla. So the root beer one is by far and away the most god awful thing. Like I
don't know why I craved it and I drank it.
Yeah, that one is terrible. I have not had the strawberry vanilla. That one seems like that would be weirdly sweet to me. Like I would not like that one either. This is the pack out at Costco, which also has cherry limeade in it, I think.
Somebody didn't like the cola, was it?
I think Coke didn't like the cola as well.
We didn't have them. We never tried it because we didn't have that as part of our pack.
It was not.
So, but we heard bad things about that.
Yeah, no thanks on that one.
Yeah.
This one's fine. This one's solid. Like I said, I don't know.
So what prompted you then, with not having a good history with the other, what prompted you guys to buy these?
So my wife had watched a friend of ours, their dogs, a couple weeks back. And while she was over there, then, like I said, they're really nice. Usually they give her, gift cards for watching the dogs, Whole Foods and things. So she went to Whole Foods and she bought some of the Poppi sodas that are not in this pack. Like she bought, there's like a ginger peach or something like that. There's a couple other ones. She was like, oh my God, these are delicious. So she fell in love with them. Also like the prebiotic, like all that kind of stuff. It was like, the healthy, because she's, been doing a lot of healthy research stuff lately. And so that's kind of played into that. She liked that one. And she liked another one. And so it was basically that. And she was like, they have them at Costco. When we went there, I was like, well, they don't have those. Like I knew they didn't have those. Yeah. So we went and she kind of looked at both packs and she's like, let's get this one. I was like, okay, well, I remember having the cherry limeade one, I think, over at Joe's house.
Correct.
And I was like,
this
one's okay. Like this one's good enough. Yeah. But those other ones I definitely would not get again. I think that was the Olipop though, not Pop. Oh, okay. We have talked about the Olipop too, which we liked those, I think.
I thought you bought. Yeah.
I bought a couple of those as singles. Like there was like a watermelon something and like. And anyway,
Olipop, and we sang. No, we probably didn't. We may have sung, but I don't think
the
we
fruit
did.
Flavors work better for me overall. I think when you try and fake a cola, that's when it goes really downhill because like I have so many cola things that I like, either Coke or Dr. Pepper or even root beer. Like I said, those types of things can go kind of south. They were like 85% of the same taste, but the part that wasn't just tastes weird. Yeah. And I totally get that. Like, especially depending on the flavor. Like if this one, which I think they do like an orange creamsicle, if this one went too more sweet and they did more stevia, like I don't think I would like this one either. This one like is good. You want it pretty cold.
Yeah.
Like I don't like, so get it. Just off tasting from what you'd expect. Yeah. And I mean, that's kind of what it's always going to be because it's when we've had stuff that is like the most delicious sodas you can ever have, like the Sprecher and stuff like that, where those are just like
75 grams of sugar,
75 grams of sugar and everything else. You're like, this is a soda, like, and that's just delicious. Like you're not going to get around that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tony Hawk flipping Olipops. There you go. That'd be the real move right there. But yeah, I think this one's pretty good. Like I would get, like I said, if my wife was still wanting these, I would get this pack again. And that's, kind of the cheaper way to get them.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need to not fool yourself, but to feel like you're
sticks.
drinking something better. Like last night, I didn't want to have any alcohol last night, so I had a couple of those. I still have a couple left too. The Fest beer from Athletic.
Oh yeah.
And because I made chili last night, and so that was good. And I was like, this gives me some flavor, relatively low on carbs, and I'm not having any alcohol, so 0.5%.
Right.
Or less.
Root beer tastes like flat Coke. The schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
Well,
that's
that's true.
That's true.
It's true.
That's true that they do kind of taste like that.
Yeah.
Well, like last week, I bought a 4-pack of the Virgil's root beer.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, actually, I'm going to go a little bit the opposite of that one.
Okay.
Like, it's okay. It's a little flat. Like it never, and I remember that from the last time when we had one either on a podcast or I'd bought it previously. Like not that I want a ton of carbonation, but it seems like it was like I literally poured it like nothing, and then like drinking it, it was like also like it was like, oh, there's a little carbonate, but it's very flat.
Is it cans now?
Bottles is what I bought. I bought a 4-pack of bottles
Because I used to buy the bottles and they were good because that's what we had at the store. Now we have cans, and I haven't had it in a can, but I always thought it was good in a bottle. I have one bottle left from. It's been there for a couple years.
It still tasted fine, but
yeah, just need a little more.
Sprecher's ruined the taste of root beer. I agree, Frosty.
Sprecher
I totally get that.
Yes.
Been craving hard ciders as of late. Well, Frosty, next
week we will not have that for you.
Well, wait. It'll be a cider that has had the hardness removed.
Yes.
Wow. Is that? No, that doesn't.
It's yeah, we probably shouldn't go anywhere.
Stay tuned for next week. Well, we've already got something planned for that.
Just was delivered today. To Trader Joe's.
It was funny. I got that text while I had my earbuds in, and it was like, Keith sent you a message. It's a picture of green cans on a shelf. It like actually like read what the picture. I was like, that's creepy stuff. I was like, whoa.
He used a 1/4 aperture and a stop.
That would have been
oh my
great. God. So it's mead? No, because there's zero alcohol. Like this, it's literally that there's no alcohol in it, or the usual 0.5%.
Yeah, it's alcohol removed. It says on
we'll talk a little more about that.
Garden State or something like that, or
I think
Golden Gate, or I don't know, something.
It's just like what's weird. What is it called? Because it literally says like cider with the hardness remover, or something like that, without the hard or something like that.
Golden State cider, apple-driven dry ciders, Sonoma County, dry and mighty. Alcohol removed cider contains less than 0.5% AB.
So they must do the whole process because they feel that that's better than just making a normal cider, and then take the time to remove the other part.
Dry and mighty.
I don't know. Work lurk, microbes. Thank you for the work lurk. Appreciate you. Good to see you.
Work lurk.
Have a Blake's caramel apple hard cider. Ooh, that sounds good. All right, let me get out the next one. And
all right.
So you were
Let's go full Poppi.
You weren't. We didn't podcast for a couple weeks, but you were gone for a week. You were
one of the weeks that we were out of the 48 contiguous United States.
Oh my gosh, you were in Hawaii.
We were in Hawaii on the big island of Kona. Yes, we were. Cider-ish.
And how was it?
Yeah. It was.
Have you ever been to Hawaii?
I've never been to Hawaii.
Okay, for some reason I thought you had been once. I don't know why. But
both of our sons beat us to Hawaii.
That's true. Okay.
But they went to Maui.
Cider adjacent.
Ben's already bought his. He's going to go to Kauai in January.
Oh, nice.
And he's going to do kind of the same thing, which I guess Joseph wasn't necessarily into. So I guess that's why I get, otherwise they probably, I'm guessing, may have gone together. But so we went to.
I think Joseph kind of likes the finer things.
Yeah, well, I don't blame him.
If it had been like, I think when he talked about it, he's like, a couple days of that was fine, but after that, I would have liked to
have it more weighted toward the hotel,
exactly,
and less weighted toward the camping.
And that's how I've talked about, because I know our brothers always talk about how they used to do the camping outside at. In California at San Elijo or whatever, and doing that, it's like, well, I could do that for like 2 days, but then after that, it's like I need 2 days of a hotel.
Yeah, I want the balance.
I need some
more
stuff,
more weighted toward luxury hotel or nice hotel or Airbnb or whatever, however you want to do it. But yeah, we met. We'd been wanting to travel with some friends of ours, and it just kind of worked out. They were celebrating. Toward the end of it, they stayed a little bit extra to celebrate their anniversary, and then his wife or one of their birthdays was on the day they arrived. Actually,
wow!
We got on a Friday, they got on a Saturday, and we had an Airbnb, which was nice. It was
Airbnb. Okay,
it was warm there, and so overall, I would say that I maybe had higher expectations, and it was a good vacation. It was good. It wasn't necessarily great. The time was good. All the experiences, those were all good, but there were just some, things in there. It's oddly hot for 81 to 84 degrees.
It's a little humid, right?
It's definitely humid, but like the UV index is like, they recommend that you wear sunscreen until 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh, the UV was like 7, which I think is
that a high number? I don't know.
I think that's a low number. I mean, like dangerous.
Oh, okay.
Or more on the dangerous side. So
they have like air raid sirens going like, do not leave your house. Do not leave your room.
Well, and so the place we stayed was nice. It had like a central living area and a kitchen. Okay. And then they had their own bedroom. We had our own bedroom, and there was like a outdoor like porch.
Oh, that sounds
It was on
perfect.
the second floor. The owners lived below. And from one end, you could see.
Do you need more toilet paper? Yeah. Just go knock down if you needed things.
That was fully stocked. And they were, I mean, a couple times I asked a couple questions about, hey, where would you recommend to go for dinner? And they were great about that. But it had 2 giant skylights in it. So on the days that the sun was fully out, it had 3 like the splits, one in the main room, one in each bedroom. Uh-huh. And they were losing that battle.
The mini splits were losing?
The mini split, and there was a bigger one than that. They were losing the battle. Oh, yeah.
There's something wrong with that mini split.
Well, no, the cold air was coming out, but it was like a greenhouse effect over there. Well, that was the thing. That room was big. Our bedroom was more in shade and would stay cooler. Oh, okay. Theirs didn't do that well. And there was a point they have like a little book, with like do's and don'ts and what we'd like. And so that was fine. We were reading that. And then they were like, turn off the air when you leave. And we're like, we cannot turn off the air. We walked in.
It would really lose the battle. Goblin, how's it going? Did the Airbnb have a cuck chair like a hotel asking for a friend's wife?
Have a.
The answer is no.
I don't know what that is, so I'm going to say no. But it was... when we walked in Friday, so we got in Friday. We walked in; it was 84 degrees in it,
and that was with no AC on.
And no, they must have turned it on. I'm guessing maybe in preparation for us getting there. Ceiling fans were going. It was 80. Yeah, it was 84. So
how big was it? Because like the one I have in here is this one is technically rated for a room that's 25 by 25.
So the one they had was it was bigger than that. And it was in a room, I'm going to say maybe the size of your, maybe of your kitchen and, your kitchen and living area out there.
Okay.
Maybe a little bigger, but sliding glass doors and 2 giant
giants, man, that's bad.
And you could really feel, because the next day, so that was one of the things, Chris and I, we were a little bummed when we first got there. We were like, God, it's hot, this and that and the other. And we were like, you know what, but when they come in tomorrow, we want to do whatever we can do to make this experience better. But fortunately, Mother Nature helped out because it was cloudy the next day.
Oh, good.
And it made a huge difference. And also we had the air going and we got to learn some of so that definitely made a difference when there wasn't the giant greenhouse. Yeah.
Oh my God, is that him back from World Tour? I can't believe Keith replaced Keith Richards for all those weeks. Wow, that was quite a thing. Also, I don't know if you know this. You may not. Today is Lucky's birthday.
Oh, well,
his actual birthday today.
He popped in on his own birthday?
I know.
I should have worn one of my Lucky shirts.
Oh,
dang it, I wish I would have known that.
It's actually Lucky's
happy birthday, Lucky. Your Chiefs are 2-0. Barely. But 2-0 is 2-0.
That's right.
Yeah.
W's all that counts.
Yeah. Bears they had a chance to be 2-0.
Except our offensive line did not want that to happen.
No, that's there's hope.
They said, "Ole!" Let them hit our new quarterback.
There's hope.
Man. I'm just BSing. I don't have any friends. A birthday shout out from Keith. Oh my God, his day is made. Oh man, too funny. Well, that's unfortunate. Too bad there wasn't like a, can I put something over this? Is there something to pull
that
over?
Would have been there. That would have been, that would have helped a ton.
I'm still surprised that it wouldn't because but I guess all those windows and everything else, because I'm assuming, was it like, did you have like a little bit of a view or was it just like a nice thing to overlook?
So the one side of the porch, it had curtain, the shades and stuff you could pull down, which they had those down. But one side of the porch you did have a little bit of an ocean view. The rest was there was just like a lot of foliage, and there was a house behind that. But But it was a relatively close walk to the beach, so that was nice. And what fully stocked, very accommodating. I accidentally broke a coffee cup. They didn't charge me for that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Was it out of anger with the heat?
No, I was delirious.
You should have told them, you're like, I was holding on to this and I started to sweat so profusely that it just slipped right out of my hand.
I was washing it and I was like, oh. So
got wild and bought a microwave today. Very exciting. That is very exciting.
That was your birthday gift?
Microwaves.
Okay.
Yeah, offensive line is just letting us down bad, Frosty. Could be, lots of things. Well, that's like I said, that's a little bit of a bummer, but at least they came in on initially a better day, but then I'm assuming there was ups and downs with the weather,
yeah.
So that was like.
But they did not. We did everything we could to pave the way for a much better first experience.
You had like ice just sitting there, like in their bed, just like that.
And also too, we got to like prep them a little bit. For
like, hey, it's a little warm.
It might be a little bit, yeah. Because we picked them up from the airport.
Oh, okay,
so,
I was wondering.
Yeah. But they had like all this. They had like snorkel equipment. They had coolers. They had basically everything you could want there. They had there. So that was
except
it was very nice. Except cooler conditions.
I can't. So it's so funny because if I'd have walked in and it seemed like, oh, good, they've got all those things in here. Yeah. Like this should. Yeah. Was there a button to like turn it down? Like, did you have?
Well, it was like set at like 75 or something like that.
Dear God.
Yeah. No. It was in the 70s, but that was, and if you walked up to it and you could feel that the air was cold. It was fighting a losing battle. And
that's funny.
In a lot of those hours. So, but
it still seems like it's just not as effective as it could have been.
But I don't know, maybe, but I'm
75's in my apartment. There you go. Yeah. 75. That's what it is here in the tasting room right now.
No, that would have been great.
you would have been fine.
I would have been fine with
That's what makes sleeping more difficult then too. Like,
so at night it was fine. But we got it down. It was that first day was a little warm, but we got it down. We were able to maintain, and so at least at night it was fine. But,
okay.
But it's the tropical climate, and I was thinking it would be a little cooler because of September, but
right.
No, there were some nights I wanted to go outside and just hang out, and it was just like, it was oppressively humid and warm still. But
that just doesn't sound like fun.
No, and that's so
but like when you're down by the beach though, it's like, is it still that?
No, like it's good. The water, when you go down,
water's
great.
It was the water. The water's warm then, right?
The water, it was great. But then like with Pocket, because of her, her skin cancer stuff, we weren't out really during the day. We went out once in the morning to do a little snorkel practicing, but we had it was
sounds like the Midwest.
I don't want it to come like, oh yeah, it's I hate it. It was good. We had fun. We had a good time.
Yeah,
and there were some climate and other challenges that took away from that, but it's beautiful. I mean, I don't think I'd need to go back to the Big Island, but and there's a lot of other places we want to go first.
Is Pearl Harbor there?
That is Oahu, I believe, or
okay.
Honolulu. Wait, Honolulu's on Oahu, I believe, but no, it's not there.
Okay, that's the only thing I want to do.
There's that, and then
I just like to do that. I'd be like, I would just do the Chevy Chase. Like I'm out. Like
well, that's kind of so. We went to see. There's an active volcano there.
Oh, God.
There was no lava or anything at this time, so that was good. But that's what we did. We went kind of to we went to this crater and we looked at it, and I was like, I even said to them, I said, so we're going to do the Chevy Chase? Because it was like, there were like little steam places rising up, and that was fun. But
Pearl Harbor, we need to go see. Yeah,
and we talked about going later in the fall with people, but people said it's pretty much the same year round. So I don't know. Maybe in the winter it's a little bit better because like when our sons went,
I was just going to ask, how was it when they were there?
I think they were fine. I don't think it was but I think we were hearing that pretty much because of the location. It's just a very, very similar sort of thing year round. But
yeah, to me, tropical does not always mean paradise. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, because I was saying, like when we go out to California and we're like in Oceanside, it's the same thing where there's no air conditioning. So it's like as soon as you get in, you're just opening doors to try and get, because we're close enough to the ocean,
right?
Which is why they don't have anything. Although it's funny, as we were walking, you could see some people did have mini splits in their places. I was like, those are the smart ones.
Yeah.
But like, and it cools it down pretty quick, and it's not too bad. But then at night, like I said, especially in that area, it's like you gotta have windows open so you hear a little traffic, you hear some other things going on. So it's kind of a whole thing.
They are young
AC
and
69, heat 69, and me at no.
Oh wow! Okay.
Oh, how sad for you. Have to take a knife with you to cut the humidity. So was it that kind of like you just like walk out? You can just feel...
sometimes it was, and then other times it was just like it was hot. It was oddly Because once again, you look at I look at my watch and it's got the temperature on it. And it's like, it's 82 degrees, but man, it just feels like it's zapping down on you. But we had a nice hike in the rainforest. That was good because that helped Pocket, because it was pretty much all in the shade. So that was nice. What's weird is from a sports standpoint, and the people we went with are huge sports fans.
No betting, right?
No, you can't bet. So,
right. No
which
betting.
is probably okay because I actually did a couple things before I left. And I came back and my account looked good. And now that I'm back, it's not looking so good. So, but it was, because it's 3 hours behind us. So the Sunday games start at 7:00 in the morning. So there are places you can go to, like a bar for breakfast and watch games. So that's kind of cool. Yeah. But also the Monday night games, they start at like 5 or 2:20 in the afternoon.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
That is super weird.
So it's weird. It's cool, but it's weird. But yeah, you're looking at you get up in the morning and the early morning baseball games have already started, and 7:00. So the Sunday games are going. So
go later in the fall. Maybe Azores is quite humid, but the temperature is lower. Warm day is 72, even if the humidity is 99. Well, I don't like 99 humidity either. No matter what the temperature is, that's not great. Where's my beer, Seeker? We got a beer coming up, and we'll hand you some. Breakfast and football. That sounds fantastic.
That would have been cool had we been out, maybe even and it was more like staying there for a couple of weeks or something like that.
Right.
That might have been a fun thing to do, to go out and do that. But
Hawaii's not a prime demographic for the NFL. That's funny. When we get to the season where the corn is dying and the moisture is hanging out, it's ridiculous for about 10 to 15 days here. Oof. Brunch and football is also good. How was the big part of your trip? You guys wound up doing the swimming, right? With the
So I did most of it. I didn't do the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
I do not have a good relationship with snorkels and masks. So
you mean just having them on?
It's kind of what I've had to deal with my CPAP machine.
Right.
Is that there's a claustrophobic feeling of knowing that you have to have your mouth shut to breathe.
Oh,
and so that freaks me out. But because of H&J and what they had said, their recommendation, because they did the same one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got to see video of theirs. Did you guys have video?
Kristen Pockets got that. So
nice. Yeah, I got to see. Yeah, Jason and Heidi had some videos.
We bought that, and so I was a little apprehensive. But then when Jay said, we felt comfortable. It was this, it was that. But I haven't really done a lot of snorkeling. Uh-huh. Pocket, just when we were in Costa Rica, she just like floated snorkeling for like 2 hours and looked at, and
I could do that until water accidentally gets in the thing. That would probably I'm like, I'm done snorkeling.
That's a little freaky to think about that. But
until then, I'm like okay with because I bought a snorkel for even our pool for a while, and I just like float around and just do like.
Well, and they give you a life vest, but they ask that you've practiced at least within the practice if you're not familiar, that you practiced a few days before coming in. They ask that you've at least snorkeled in the ocean sometime in the last year, and that then certainly the more experience with that, the better. So we kept. It's funny. Saturday morning we were going to go and practice snorkeling. That was the first morning there, and then we're like, nah, let's just go for a walk. So we went for a walk, and then Sunday morning was the morning that our friends got in, and that was football morning, and so we're like, no, let's just go. So finally we didn't go till Tuesday morning, which was the morning that we were doing the day we were doing the thing. So we went out there, and the beach right near our place was very rocky.
Oh,
and the older you get, especially when you've had certain things like hip replacements, and you realize your body's more fragile than it once was, you get more apprehensive about taking risks, because anything that's accidental you don't bounce back from, and can also be more detrimental and scary to your future health. So I used to go out in the water and I didn't care if the waves knocked me around. Yeah. It's fine. But now it's like, there's rocks. Oh, my slip. Oh my God. And so
were you actually saying those things when you're out there? Because they're like,
to myself,
there's an old woman out on the beach crying about
no.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what is going on?
In my head, I was saying those things, and then to Pocket as well. But it's funny. Even she went out a little bit farther. She's like, yeah, it's even a little freaky for me right out there. But so I did a little bit. It didn't go well, but I thought I'm just gonna go every step of the way. I didn't want to not at least go with her, because it was about a 50 minute drive from where we were.
Were your friends doing that too, or
they did not? No, they did not. That wasn't something they wanted. Yeah,
they're all.
She's not a go in the water person.
Oh, not a go in the water person at all?
Well, unless it's like going to the beach and just to like, and she's more go to the beach even, not really go in the water at the beach. Well, we all have our things. So
I guess.
we all have our stuff.
Then why you go to Hawaii? I don't know.
Well, no, because you go to the beach and enjoy that experience. I don't know exactly, but
whatever.
like I said, we've all got our stuff.
No, I know
that
a lot
we
of people
have
that are like, I'm fine with the ocean until like, I think I've talked about this before. Like I'll go out in the ocean like a decent way and I'll be having fun doing things. And then if a piece of seaweed comes by me, I'm like, oh God, okay, I'm going to go to the beach for a little while. Like as soon as then something I can't know what it is, then
what's
that's
touching
when I'm like,
me?
I need to go back in for a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Sounds like we need more gift subs for a Beverage Brothers condo in Hawaii. I mean, we wouldn't turn that down.
No. Yeah, no,
we wouldn't turn that
down. Well, I've definitely either tried Kauai, for which I've heard is great, or Maui. So,
Frey, how's it going? Good to see you. I don't like pools. I don't know how to feel about the ocean.
Yeah.
Oh, if you don't like pools, then the ocean's probably not going to be great for you either. Great Barrier Reef was great for snorkeling. That would be exciting. Do you have to worry about sharks in the Great Barrier Reef? That seems like a shark area.
I don't know, but Pocket actually wanted to go swimming with the sharks.
You can do that in the cages, right?
I think so.
I could see. I would not do that. I could see her doing that.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, she was looking at.
Not really. Oh, okay. We're doing good. Orca, it is good to see you. We are on the strawberry lemonade, which how do you feel about this one?
I've had it. It's good.
Yeah, this one's good.
I had a feeling since you said you'd buy this pack again that you weren't anti this. But.
Yeah, no, these are good. And the cherry limeade one is fine. Yeah. So, and I'm not drinking very many of these. It's more of the other ones. KGB, how's it going? Good to see you. Soda Pop. Take you to shallow reefs away from the sharks.
But,
so you kind of,
I went every step and I listened to as she's, it's a small, the thing that's cool about it is you don't go out in a boat. It's more environmentally friendly. You get out, you get in the water, you get comfortable. She does like a little, there's about 20 minutes of instruction before that. Then you walk out and she's like, conditions are great tonight. There's not a lot of weight. So I was like, okay, I'm good. Okay. And then they're like, and you're going to be on your stomach the whole time. Cause I thought, well, if anything, I'll just just float for a while. I'll be fine. They're like, well, we really don't want you to do that because the mantas are great. Their nerve system is on their belly, so they can sense you, but they can't sense the fins that you wear because you wear swim fin because it's not human. It's just that so they can't. So if you're dangling your legs, then they might run into that. And so I was like, okay, that's a little freaky. But then I thought, okay, I'm still gonna. And I went into the water. I did and got fairly far along, and then I tried a couple times with the snorkel, and I'm just like,
yeah.
And she and the person who, and she's the one who started this business. She's great, and she's like, oh yeah, I think you're doing okay. And I said, you know what, I don't want you to have to waste any more time on me, and I don't want. I said, I'll just walk. She's like, well, there's where you go there, and that was great. I didn't want it to be like.
Did you just swim back?
And I was walking.
They're all the shores that way.
They weren't that far.
The shores that way.
Because I was like, even where they finally went, I was like, because I went back. I had the life vest on. I left that on. I floated in the ocean. It was great. And I'm watching them out there. I'm like, I might be able to get out there. And
Very funny. All of a sudden, you just come splashing like a mofo
almost
out
did.
there.
I had dropped my snorkels and my snorkel and my fins on the beach under this little A-frame sign that was there, and then I was just having a good time, in the ocean. And I was like, I wish I could. I almost did.
That would have been funny.
But yeah, Paco was
that would have been like a movie. Like all of a sudden, everyone says, "And now, if we're very calm, these things." I'm like, "Hey guys, I'm coming back.
I'm here."
Amazing. Way more fish. Personally, not a fan of the poppies because of the taste to them, but they're not horrible. Yeah, some of them are. Some of them, like we talked about earlier, Frey, are to me like really bad. Like I said, they are not good. Both of these are fine. There is just that kind of like the stevia can have a little bit of an artificial flavor at the end of it. So totally get how that could be. A little sad your surf instructor wasn't the guy from Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Although it would be nice if Paul Rudd had been there.
Paul Rudd, yeah.
You're not ready to take these waves. I am ready to ride. All right, you're ready.
But no, Paco, she's like, and after she got done, she's like, I think it would have freaked you out a little bit. She's like, they do come right up to your.
Yeah, I was watching the video and like they were getting fairly close. Like it looked interesting. I was like, these aren't the ones that like stab Steve Irwin, are they?
No, and she even says that in the instructions.
Oh, okay, that's smart.
She's like, these are manta rays. She's like, not stingrays.
Okay.
Like, and she even mentioned Steve Irwin. She's like, not the one that ended Steve Irwin's life. You're gonna be fine. But I guess you can tell each one, they have unique markings on their underside.
Yeah.
And that's how and I guess if you find one that hasn't been named yet, you get to name it.
Oh.
And she said, we've named 63 of them so far.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully good names and not like something Guardian Down would put. The brief we got was don't touch everything. Especially don't pick up anything and put it into your suit. There are a lot of things that look like rocks but are animals and venomous or poisonous. I think that would be the kind of thing would be like, oof.
Yeah. Well, and that's why you should wear like water shoes. They're even talking about that because if you go in the water, they have those urchin things that can go right. There was that. And then there was
like even just if you're on the beach, like in the,
I guess if you, even in the water, you want to be.
Oh,
well, this was once again, I'm guessing they probably give you more information. And this wasn't specifically with the manta rays, but more information so you're probably like overly safe as opposed to.
I'd rather be that and not have your vacation run if you're going to go out there. Shohei Ohtani just went 50-50. Is that 50 home runs and 50 stolen bases?
First person to ever do that.
Wow.
Acuna Jr. went 40-70 last year, but yeah.
I get a lot of on TikTok stats of like Ricky Henderson and Barry Bonds lately. I've had these neat videos come up where it's Barry Bonds and Greg Maddux talking about their at-bats against each other, and they're both watching it.
Cool.
I was going to send them to you, but then I remembered you were like, I don't have TikTok and stuff. I was like, they're really cool because Maddux is talking like this because they're talking about the pitches, and he's like, oh, I knew he was going to throw me this thing, and then Maddux is like, yeah, I threw him this inside. He's like, and it was a good pitch, and they were just like, yeah, he's like, you can't do that twice on me. I told him.
There was a Maddux special, I think, on MLB Network.
Oh, that might have been
maybe where those came from.
Then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't put rocks in my pants.
Let's talk about Bonds this week and how insane his stats are. Completely we've mentioned it before. Like even if you take the steroid stuff out of it, he was going to be a Hall of Famer before all of that
certainly
stuff
was on the
happening.
way. Yeah,
just with the eye that he had, his just knowledge of it, like savant of the game, and he would be like I've seen people talk like I think it's Jeff Pearlman or whatever, the guy that wrote the Walter Payton book and a lot of other sports books and stuff. He's talked about like Barry Bonds would 100% would be at least a batting coach, if not a manager, if he was not just such a horrible person to deal with.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the tale of the tape. Hello, my favorite bevy bros.
Oh,
Baker,
wow.
it's good to see you. Wonder what happened if one person found like 8 mantas that hadn't been named yet. Would they let him name them all? I don't know.
That's what they said. If you find the one.
So how do they determine that?
Well, I'm guessing, and she didn't say specifically, but since there is a distinct pattern on each one, I would assume that they've got a picture of that, and then
so everyone that comes in, they're probably taking a picture, and
right,
you happen to be the one. There's one over there.
Well, and I guess
you just rudely point out everyone so that in case
a few of them, she's like, oh yeah, I forgot what she said. I think she saw because she has some certain political leanings, which no. Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Because there's a Barack.
Oh, okay.
And I think there may even be a Kamala. So
okay.
Yeah. But it was kind of fun.
I miss hearing everything about Geek Strip. Pretty much, we're done. There's nothing.
Fortunately,
we're actually done with the whole stream. Good night. No, that's not true.
Well, you just have to go back and watch the beginning, but. Yeah, there'll be more to talk about, I'm sure. But no, sure. Pocket enjoy. She said she had a little bit of a headache from the mask. She's like, I have a little bit of a headache right here.
I could see. I mean, depending if that's suction cup to your face like that.
Yeah. But no, they were great. They made it. It couldn't have made it easier. You just had to be somebody who had those skills.
We're okay with those. We're
okay with those things.
Gotcha.
So, but.
Guardian down. Guardian down. With the timely gifted sub to Steve Irwin's Stingray. Steve Irwin's Stingray, right there. Guardian down. Thank you for the gifted sub. Appreciate you. Do you have particularly good beverages on your trip? There we go.
I would say my most notable beverage experience was actually the one that I did post on Twitter.
You tweeted? Oh
yes,
my gosh.
The Big Island Brew House. I'd had a couple of our first day there. I'd had their Pilsner at a place that was by our place.
Afternoon, everybody.
I don't even know what that means.
What's the story, Noel? A thirsty guy walks into a bar. You finish it.
Guardian, thank you for the gifted sub to Balloon Not Snorkeler.
Balloon Not Snorkeler. I don't
know what that means. But that's funny, and thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the gifted sub, Guardian Down. Balloon Not Snorkeler.
But
it's going down in your permanent record. Yeah, Crocodile, right? Crocodile, good to see you.
I had enjoyed that Pilsner enough to know that if I found other stuff from them, I wanted to try it. So we actually stopped at their brew pub on the way back. Yeah, one day we went to a waterfall, and then we went to this other like lookout point along the way, and just saw a lot of the western side of the island, and then went a little bit east, but on the way back this place was on the way, and it had been recommended by the friends we went with. They have a guy who lives there or has visited there a lot. I can't remember, and he made a lot of recommendations, and that was one of them. So I did a 5 beer sampler, which normally I don't. I'll commit to one and then maybe have 1 or 2 more. But I thought, you know what, I want to try, especially since I was there. I was like, I want to have 5 things, and so that was really good. We had some mixed drinks. I can't specifically remember any of them because they were just either like gin based. I did not do a Mai. No, I did do a Mai Tai at the luau that we went to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which that was hot too. Man, that was.
Oh God, I bet that was.
Well, and so Pocket wanted to or needed to stay out of the sun, which I was like happy to stand in the shade with her because it was right. It was right on the ocean.
When were you?
The sun
when was this going on?
Beaming in. We got there at like 4:30 in the afternoon.
Oh, okay.
Sun goes down around 6:15 ish. 6:15, 6:30.
Why does it go down earlier than in California?
Because it's that much farther west. I don't know.
But
the account for that was some of the hours. But
I actually saw that tweet.
See, there we go. And those beers were really good. That Gosa was good. The red IPA was good. What's that?
Was there a lot of driving? We recently learned Andrew does not care for driving.
Oh, Andrew does not care for driving?
I was playing Grand Theft Auto 5 and was not driving very well in that game. So it's Keith's tweeter. What's that drink on it linked somewhere? It's not his own tweeter. It was on our About Beverages one. Yeah. It was on our shared Twitter.
A week ago Monday, I did that. So
yeah, you can see a picture of all the flight and all the beers that were in it.
But I had a Baltic Porter then to finish that up.
Oh, really?
And that was really good. So but yeah, those beers were good. There's a whiskey over there, Paniolo whiskey. I had a cocktail that was based on that. I had a couple others that had gin, and those they were good, but the beers specifically stood out. And then even though it was a bottle of wine we bought at the Safeway, I hadn't had Nobilo Sauvignon Blanc in a while. It used to be one of my favorites. We used to carry it at the store. And that was one of the bottles of wine we had at the house. That was good, but you can get that anywhere. So, almost anywhere.
Almost anywhere or anywhere?
Almost anywhere. Well, not anywhere because you can't get it at Trader Joe's. So that's one place.
That's true.
You can't get it. There it is.
There you go, Frey. There's the tweet specifically. You're more than welcome to follow as well if you're not already. But there's the tweet. Found the bird. You did Guardian Down. Also, I see you're having a liquid PB&J right now. Yum, yum. that man stocks up on those more than anybody I can think of.
Who's that?
Guardian Down, having the PB&J sour again.
Okay, all right, yeah.
I'm going to get some of those at some point. You both look excellent. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
She's a little biased, I think, but
I think she might be. Should we crack open another beverage?
Yes.
All right.
I'm assuming we're going beer.
Beer, right? Yeah,
okay,
I figured.
I guess the
glassware that I have right there. And then we can continue to talk a little bit more about your beer selections. I do have some questions about those.
Okay.
The beer we are having is this. This is from Coronado Brewing. So, an island?
It is.
Tie-in. There we go.
Another island. Oh, wow.
The Rewind Triple IPA. Got some PBJ moonshine in the moonshine in the freezer. Do you combine those? Grab a beverage too? Damn right. Yeah, weirdly enough, Rossi, I did pick a game that did not have driving after that. That is true. That is accurate. I got better at the driving, though, and I blame old mechanics. That's what I call myself, old mechanic.
Old mechanics? I'm old mechanics. What was that? What was that? Oh, it was there was a motor oil beer or something. Remember the port brewing beer I used to like? The old 38?
Not until right now, thank you. You need to tell me if that tastes good. Which one?
Remember there was that, what was that one?
It was from
Port
Brewing.
Yeah.
It was because they had a heavier version of it too.
Yeah, it was like called 30 weight or something.
Oh my God. We have someone that actually redeemed a Keith Flex.
Oh my goodness.
Holy crap. I can't believe
we're not ready for that.
Points. Are you ready for that? Or
I don't think we're ready. We don't have the apparel.
I know. We have to come up with something. Mitch, the other thing is
you didn't take that down?
No,
that was a one-off.
You know it's still there.
God bless it. I don't. That was a one-off.
So Mitch,
come up with something else.
We will have the other option for you as well, as you get a one-off shirt that will be shipped to you. That is a Keith Flex. We can sign it if you would like it signed and then ship it to you. If you don't want it, you just have to let me know what size it is. We'll talk about all this stuff after stream. Yes. I didn't even know anyone else was this close, honestly. So we'll have to do that. Yeah. So you'll get it. You get a shirt. Like I said, I'll have a logo on it.
That's the best part. That's the only part. Really.
Last time we had it all set up, like I said. Yeah. So this time is completely out of the blue. So it's. Yeah. I'll DM you size and address. All right. We'll make it happen. Like I said. So I can either order it and get it if you want us to sign it, or if you just want the shirt, you can get it shipped to you then too. So we'll work that out either way. Boy, I have 1/100th of that amount of points. Oh my gosh, the Keith flex has happened. I mean, if you want to just get it done and out of the way, you can do it right now, or you can wait till next week and have to flex. It's up to you.
Well, I thought I can't remember. We'll have to remember what we did.
I don't have the music. Like right now, I had the music and everything like that. Well, I had the shirt at the time.
Oh, I know. So we had the shirt. Yeah.
So.
And
that's up to however Mitch wants.
There was a big reveal and everything there.
There was. So it's up to, So Mitch, if you want to wait a week or two so that we get the shirt and do a whole reveal thing for what you're getting, or if you just want it done, you can do that too.
There it is. Already done, did it.
I don't mind waiting. All right. There you go. There's a Keith flex right there. All right.
I'll be on vacation for the next few. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. Well, we'll get that worked out then. I've been here for both of these. That's true. You have. Jav is the only other person that has one. Jav has one, and now Mitch is going to have a shirt. All right. Well, we'll get that worked out. Thank you for the redemption. That is absolutely amazing. 2 people now. And I think Jav might actually be getting up there again too. So
okay, now you can retire it. Make it a different flex. Somebody else has got a flex. How about the Baker flex?
The Baker flex. There you go. Mitch, thank you so much for the redemption. That is absolutely insane. And what a surprise and a shock to see on the show. I had no idea that was happening. That is super, super cool. All right. We'll get that all fixed. And like I said, you'll get a little special video. Actually, do we have... I can find it while we're talking here if you want to talk about some of the other beers. So what did you like of that flight? What was your favorite? See if I can actually find that video.
Where is... I'll have to look at that. The Gosa was very good.
Maybe worry about Planty. Maybe that's true.
I like rice lagers. So it was just a nice and easy. That was one of those. That was the Magoto rice lager. Their IPA was good. Their red IPA had just a little bit more malty and a little bit more hop to it. They were just, you could just tell they were well-made beers. A lot of the beers, not a lot, but sometimes a beer, like a lot of what you saw over there was like Kona Brewing, and Maui, and those are ones you can get here. So it was nice to experience like one that felt a little more craft, a little more small, but although at the luau, after I did, the beverages were included. So I had the Mai Tai first, and then after that I was drinking. I think it's a blue can, so I think it was Maui like Surf's Up Golden Ale or something like that. And especially when it's that hot outside, and those things are being brought to you, they go down quite. This one like 4.4% alcohol, so I had like 4 of those, but it was very good.
I can flex for y'all, but be prepared for disappointment.
Well, that's what that's all I offer is disappointment.
Needless to say, definitely would be my number 1 watch stream again when that comes back around. Mitch, I think you and I are both going to be in our top streams watch because we were always hanging out there. Appreciate it. That is super, super unexpected. That is a huge surprise. All right, we have to figure out. I think we wrote down actually what our idea was for the next one. So you damn well knew this was coming around. You have to go get. You haven't had your iPad the last couple of weeks because we wrote down
Did we?
Oh, that should be the next one because we do a unique one. Yeah, like I said, I was looking for the video, but unfortunately it's on the other PC.
Oh, okay.
Although it probably is. I wonder when that was. You'd have to go look. Goatee bevy. Yeah, maybe that's the flex is that I have to grow a goatee. Maybe that's.
There you go.
Is that the next 750,000?
And you have to grow it like he does in SpongeBob. This is and just have it there.
Go back and read my first comment. Oh, what did you? If I remember right, you played YMCA last time. Keith wore a hard hat. I don't think that was true.
Oh yeah, no, I don't remember that.
That was not true. Not true at all. A fedora. Yeah, maybe I have to wear a fedora for a stream. P.S. Chardonnay. That's the most basic white girl drink I've heard of. Right, Mod Sherpa? Exactly. We haven't had it yet. We're having it, so you don't have to.
Chardonnay, but not this specific one.
Well, yeah, the pumpkin spice version.
Pumpkin spice. Oh, okay, all right. I thought it was like, hey, P.S. Chardonnay.
No,
like that. Okay,
no, not Paul Schaefer. Yeah. Not Paul Schaefer.
Paul Schaefer. Yeah.
P.S. I love you. Hi. So this is the Rewind Triple IPA Coronado Brewing Company. 10% ABV.
So almost borderline.
And if they want to drink
get out of bed for this one.
No, if anybody orders Merlot, I'm leaving. I am not drinking any fucking Merlot. Okay, relax, Miles.
Jesus, no more love.
I have worked hard to try and get people not to use that thing because I have all these fun little clips. There's a lot of people like, damn it, I shouldn't keep putting up these clips because I'm wasting my points. Because that takes away the points from their 750. So, but Mitch, steady as he went.
Earned yourself a, yes, that's right.
Earned yourself
a shirt.
Earned yourself a sad flex and a shirt. Is what we're saying. I wish I had that clip. That would have been funny. You could have seen what it was last time because it was funny. I have a lot of points. I bet Baker does. Baker could go for a shirt. You have a facial hair related flex. There you go. Where are we flexing that facial hair? Little onion ring? Yeah, there's a little bit of that going on.
I think this was canned end of July. I think I saw
it kind
on
of
the bottom
reminds me of the, what's the ones that like we used to kind of
hard to read, but
I just had to go the other way with it. Yeah, July 31st.
Okay.
Onion ring? Yeah, so sometimes like triple IPAs, Monty Python, it is good to see you. Sometimes triple IPAs, like, because they get like, there's like that dank kind of aroma, and then there's like this other level where it's almost like onion fry oil, like kind of thing. The best way we can describe it.
Yeah, that's the best way.
But I'm trying to remember, there was some other triple IPAs from, it's Hop Knot. No, Deep.
Oh,
Deep Knot? No. Type in Knot Brewing and see if it. Diamond Knot? No, that's not it. Hop Knot? It's not Hop Knot. That's the name of a beer.
yeah, that's
Deep Knee Brewing. Knee Deep Brewing? I haven't Knee Deep Brewing Company.
okay.
Oof. Yeah,
Knee
Knee
Deep.
Deep Brewing Company has had some beers that like they had like some ones that were almost like Breaking Bad and triple IPAs and stuff. You're not endearing me to IPAs. Well, this is a triple IPA. They're like, and there's hazy versions. There's all different kinds of IPAs. IPAs are not for everybody though, for sure. What's IPAs? JK, IPAs are not my thing. I've tried plenty. Yeah, like I said again. If you've tried hazies, if you tried, there's a lot of different kinds now. Some of them are almost like, wow, this is like fruit. Just because of what they do with the different hops. But again, not every style is for everybody. Like I'm not a huge fan usually of lagers and other things too, but so. Dad was so jealous of my beard that he went and started getting testosterone at the doctor so he could grow one. Wow, afraid that is.
Oh my goodness,
that is another level. Huge fan of ciders. We actually are going to do a cider next week. Is the plan. We will probably open with that cider.
Yes,
because it has the hardness removed.
Yes, it is.
And you can find out about that
flaccid
next week.
cider.
So yeah.
Oh wait, no, that's not right.
That is not the name they should have gone with. That would have been absolutely terrible.
You could have it with a sumptuous Chinese meal.
Are you touching my penis?
Yeah.
The guy passed away. One of the best internet memes passed away, unfortunately. Flaccid cider. There's a cider by Dickens called Flaccid. That would be bad.
Well, you know what that is.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, there probably is.
Dry. Like I said, dry.
Bitter,
pretty bitter at the back. Yeah. Classic kind of West Coast. Going there. Not that. Some of that maltiness comes through, but not overwhelmingly so. Like we definitely have had some where it's like, yeah, that kind of like little onion ring thing in the aroma is also come through in the taste, and it's like, that's not like a little bit too over the top. That's not bad. Now that's a disappointment. Bitter beer. I still remember that commercial.
Bitter beer face. Oh, yeah.
Bitter beer face.
Yeah, I think this was.
Oh yeah, what's the 4-pack on this one? 20?
No, I think it's just $12.99. So, yeah. So, I mean, some people do want to just have something a little higher in alcohol, but considering, we like their weekend vibes. It's just a good sort of starter IPA, good poolside, and just solid offering and a good price.
I couldn't find this on their website. Like I said, I could only find like their season or their year-round stuff, I should say. I couldn't really find a seasonal section.
Okay.
So, but like I said, I think maybe they had this in their shop, but like I didn't see like neat information on it. So the link I have, a few exclamation point beverage command, is just to Untapped, and there's not even much information there either, but it just says it's a triple and 10%, and that people have been having it. But yeah, this is pretty good.
I guess
I'm fine with this.
I've been gone for a couple of weeks, but we had it at least last week, and then I talked with Fitz when I got in today, and I said, "How is that?" And he's like he says pretty good. It's pretty even. So also too, he texted me.
Do you do tastings of these in the store?
Well, actually, not
10%.
of the. Well, we probably could because less than wine. I guess we're going to be starting to get back to employee wine tastings here. It's a very more structured. Only a couple a month, but which we haven't done. We haven't been able to
employee wine tasting,
like for employees to be able to taste.
Oh, nice.
We used to do that a lot, especially like if we were pouring the wine, we could try it so that we could talk with the customers about it. We haven't been able to do that, and then sometimes we would just break out 4 or 5 bottles, and everybody would get to take a little sample. But so at least we'll be able to start trying some of those again. But this is. I mean. Pretty good, especially for the price.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's probably one of the better things I've had from them. Like I'm usually like, other beers are, like okay. Like I don't usually seek them out. But like I said, when you said triple, I was like, all right, let's try that one. Because
he texted me while I was in Hawaii because look what is back.
Oh no. Wait, is that it?
The English premium ale.
Oh, what's that one?
That's the one that I don't think that's exactly the same title anymore.
No, because it was like English mild.
Yeah, but I think that's
what it was.
But that's
is it the same thing?
Yeah, because he's already I think ordered a case or two. So
oh my gosh,
he's like, hate to bother you while you're on vacation, but look what came in. I said, well,
did you tell him to buy?
I said if you can save me a 4-pack, that'd be great.
Is that coming into the store?
No. You got it from Scott.
Excuse me, sir. I have a question about this keg. How does it hold up for keg stands? Do you test the kegs here? Is that a job? That would be great if that was a job. I test this keg for its keg stand stability. Whoops. Sorry about that mistake. I saw that and I was like, I don't even know what you wrote there.
Teal Day.
Just a lot of someone fell asleep. Someone's head just hit the keyboard.
Yeah.
A bunch of enyes.
Yeah, enyes. España.
So you did just a little more, just kind of ocean fun. Did you do anything else specific, like I said, other than the breweries? And some
well,
stuff?
we went to.
I spilled beer on my keyboard. That's accurate.
We went to a coffee plantation.
Oh, okay.
Heavenly Hawaiian coffee, Kona coffee. Obviously, they had
Robusta.
A lot of different. Well, it was interesting because like they have this program where you can be hired and work there for 3 months, but you have to be like, I think in your early 20s and an attractive male or female.
Oh, okay.
But then you get to do everything there. And if you work 28 hours, it covers your room and board. Anything else is extra you get to keep.
Okay.
And I guess there are vehicles and but you can live there and then you can stay longer if you want, but at least it's a 3-month commitment. But I thought, that would be kind of a cool thing to, do that. And then, so the tour was great. There was a lot of information, a lot of it stuff I already knew, but it's still cool to see because I've never actually been to any place like that. But I've got some videos and some pictures.
Did you interrupt them and correct them a little bit here and there?
No, I wasn't going to do that. She was actually she did well. But as we were leaving, there was a guy roasting coffee, and Dave and I walked over and we were talking to him. He was I'm guessing late 20s, ish. But he was roasting, and he's like, I'm also roasting for other places around there. It's like I guess he had been a part of the program, but then he kind of like outgrew it. He couldn't get anything else from it. And he and his wife now have a business where they roast their own, sell their own, but then they roast for different.
Oh, toll roasting, you say?
Yeah. And so, but what was cool is I said, I used to work for. I said, and I used the air roast. He's like, oh, the civets.
Oh, no way.
That's exactly.
I actually knew a civets were.
No, I actually got. This is going to sound weird, but it's true. I actually had like a little bit of chills talking with this because this guy, kid, because he is a kid, he
aged out,
late
right?
20s, maybe 30, but somewhere like that. But he's like, oh yeah, there's a couple of those on the island. I said, oh my God, you know what a civet? I said, and you didn't even just say air roaster, you said civets. And I said, the guy that I used to work for, I said he had actually been to his place. And I said, anyways, we went through this whole thing. I said, when you are doing your roasting, I said, do you I said, do you go by your senses or you just by dial? He's like, both. I said, oh my God, this is great. But it was
Sir,
cool.
Can you stop hugging me?
Yeah, it's about, well, because and they had the stir flex there, but theirs was actually cooled down, so they were able to dump.
And
And
were they
he
still
was
using a quench, or did you ask those kind of things?
I forgot about quench, but I don't think he did, because he was doing it was not a Diedrich, but it was a different kind. He said this is very similar to.
Okay.
But anyways, because he was doing the thing where you pull out the
keep check.
Yeah, but it was so weird. All of a sudden, I'm like, "There's first crack." I hadn't heard first crack in so long.
Nice.
And but anyway, it was really
That's
cool
cool.
because he was really knowledgeable, very informative. You could tell, and it's funny because Dave and I were talking to him, but I knew there was about to come the point where he's going to need to concentrate on dumping his roast, and I stopped and I said, Dave, he's going to be. And I said, because I even said, you're going to need to probably do some things here pretty soon. And he's like, yeah, I will. And I was like, I knew it. 'Cause there's that point, because we'd be doing that.
Unknowingly flirting with the coffee roaster.
I was. Hell yeah. But we would have people come back and ask questions while we're roasting. And there's like a 10-minute really boring period. Or
right.
If a roast is 12 to 14 minutes,
right.
There's like 10 minutes where you don't have to do anything, but then there's times where you're sucking the next roast up, you're doing certain things.
Yeah,
but
there's like prep time things that you fill that time with, but then you still have 5 or 6 minutes.
But so I knew it was, but no, it was very cool. I mean, his roaster was, in fact, actually I have a picture of it. His roaster was low enough that he didn't have to use the vacuum method.
Oh, but, was he just scooping into the hopper?
He was dumping into the hopper.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Just remembered I had a chocolate lava cake stout. Ooh, Mott Sherpa, that sounds delicious. Very delicious.
Picture. You've sent that to me.
Cheers to everybody hanging out. Thank you for being here. Yeah, that must have been really cool.
Oh, it was, like I said, it was just when he is all.
They're like, sir, the tour is moving on. You're like, no.
Well, no, this was very much at the end. There wasn't
any.
This was actually not even a part of the tour, although they did have a little booth where you could. They were teaching you how to brew pour overs and stuff like that. I thought that was kind of. I didn't need to do that, but
not
my
favorite.
It was cool.
Gets a little dry mouth cake. Oh, okay. So it's a little almost too sweet that it's it dries it out a little bit. That's unfortunate.
Oh, you know what? Okay, hang on. It's gonna be here. Oh, there it is. That was his roaster.
Oh, look at that. Oh, and then it's just got a giant bucket.
Yeah.
Huh. Everyone used the same light. It's the same light bulb setup. That's so funny. Oh, and then he's just using. Oh, was he just using a dial for his temperature?
Yeah. Yeah, that's all it was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was it propane or gas?
I don't know. I don't know if you can see it on there.
No, they couldn't. Oh, I can see. Is those his other controls back there?
Oh, yeah. Huh. He wasn't over there really at all.
Okay. So maybe that's just for initial startup.
Yeah. And there was definitely a cooling system on the Stirflex because he was dumping pretty quickly after he got to that point. And he started
speeding that up later on.
We were talking about,
that's cool.
After, but the smells were there, of the, anyways, it was,
that's awesome.
There were certain things that were not optimal, but there was a lot of good times and good creative things that happened there, and certainly friendships and all that stuff. So, but that was fun. They had some coffee actually they were offering that was wood roasted, but all of their brews, all of their roasts were very light, and even the brews were on the lighter side. I mean, because you could drink all the coffee you want. And I did have some, but it was still, I was like, yeah, this is just, it's on the lighter side, but,
right.
But it was, I can show you some of the other pictures there too, but it was beautiful. And it was just,
that looks like that
cool
would
to
be
be back
my
in
favorite
that
part of the trip.
Yeah. To be back in that environment for sure.
What gas would it be? I mean, for depending on the
Methane.
roaster, there's a couple different types. Like I said, usually a lot of people use propane, like I said, but it can also be natural gas. Like I said, or it could be actual,
no methane though.
Yeah. No methane. Yeah.
Methane gas roaster.
Yeah. Exactly.
But
yeah, and
so
you
that was
can,
fun.
like he just said, you can use wood. Like I said, whatever
Yeah.
you need to get that, like I said, but that's just a lot more. You have much more temperature control when you use when you use gas. Like I said, overall.
Yeah.
It's on a giant hot plate. Methane is all I produce. Oh my God. That's funny. Well, it sounds like you overall had a really good trip, though. Like, so
It was.
obviously
It was good. We had a good time.
temperature-wise could have been better, but other than that,
that could have been better.
location-wise,
very
Airbnb?
expensive.
Shock.
Very expensive.
Like going out to eat and everything.
Well,
did you guys cook any meals like at the house then? Did you?
We didn't because I think the night that Pocket and I went up to the manta ray, they heated something up, cooked something at our place. But for the most part, we had we just bought a whole bunch of cheeses and snacks and crackers.
Oh, okay.
But you buy a bag of
Trader Joe's in
Tostitos.
Hawaii?
No, there's not. We went to Safeway a lot. You buy a bag of Tostitos chips, and when it says $7.69 on the bag, you're like, oh my god.
Yeah,
it's a lot of money for chips.
That's expensive
for tortilla chips.
Charcuterie board.
Absolutely.
There you go. Yeah,
Charcuterie
100%.
board was there. Yeah.
I farted in your general direction. Exactly. That would be Sir Monty Python's line.
Yes.
Agreed.
But
did you guys do restaurants and things? Like, so
yeah. We went to. Yeah,
is that where you're like, oh?
Well,
how much was your beer flight? Do you remember?
Bad.
So 5 beer, 4 ounce.
Well, so we were keeping track of what we were paying for. Like we'd pay for dinner, they'd pay for dinner.
Oh,
we paid for certain things, they paid. And so at the end, then we matched everything up to see who owed what, and we actually came out pretty damn close.
Oh,
so
nice.
He had the Big Island Brew House though, so I don't know exact. I can't remember what that flight. It wasn't bad though. I remember it thinking
greatness miss.
So, but it wasn't bad. But that was good.
But pricing just because everything has to be blown over.
Well, right. But our meals, for 4 people with
did you just
tips
go to town on fish?
I did some.
Do you like sushi or no?
I do actually. So we went to but there were only 2 of us who were really seafood fans. Pocket is not, and Dave is not.
Oh, so, interesting.
Yeah. So, but
Why did you go to Hawaii? No, I was kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
But so one of the things she had wanted to do was get a poke bowl.
Oh,
and
okay.
There was a place there that had been recommended and by the local is called Depoka Shack. So we went there.
It's a little old place where you could get together.
That's right, and have some raw fish. but it was good. But that was the day.
Volcano.
We our flight. Since we didn't want to have any layovers or we wanted a nonstop flight, we had to leave at like 10:30 at night.
To go home?
Oh. So that was like 1:30 where we were coming back to. So it was flying and I didn't sleep well. People are bumping into my legs and, as we're trying to sleep. So that was a little bit rough still. In fact, I think I might still be adjusting. But no, it was good. I didn't have like a piece of fish like standalone. Like I had a pasta that had some seafood in it and some different things, some stuff with shrimp. But the one thing we ordered was an appetizer that was calamari. And usually calamari is like breaded and stuff. This was actually like strips of calamari.
Oh,
and I could look at the menu and see, but it actually had the texture of like a nice steak. Ooh. Yeah, and even like
when it's done right, like even like because you can get like the fried ones too that are bad because you're like this is rubbery.
Oh
this
yeah.
Is good. Yeah. But then if it's done right, it can be just like this is melting in my mouth.
And and Pocket even tried a little bit. She's like, oh yeah, she's like that is kind of like, and he tried some too. So but that was a more memorable thing because usually when it's calamari, it's like it's different than that. But that was quite delicious.
You're all whatever fish gave its life up for this.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Oh man. Well, at this point, maybe since you said you're still trying to recover from your sleep and stuff like that, but maybe you need a little something to spice up your
spice up your life. I see what you did there. Yes.
Maybe what you did. A little something else there. Something seasonal, perhaps.
Something I thought would never ever happen. Something that I don't think needs to happen, but maybe
it's your fault you mentioned it because as soon as you mentioned that in the text, I was like. Yes. No, it has nothing to do with the bedroom.
Oh, no,
Good guess, though. No, nothing to do there. Trader Joe's, always at the forefront of what people may need when it comes to a beverage, has decided that pumpkin spice
needs to be
with Chardonnay.
That's right.
Come together.
And you know what's funny is that when I first saw that was happening, I thought, if we get around to it, this could be gold. Could be some good entertainment. And then it came out and then we were going away and I thought that probably won't happen. But then it was still there when I got back and I texted you that and you're like, Sounds good.
Yeah, that we were doing.
It's entertaining.
Chocolate lava cake stout is from Trader Joe's that Mon Sherp is having.
Okay.
Is that one of the ones from who was it that was doing all those like pastry stouts? At one point, it was the one, the bell. What's the bell
that
thing?
was the Campanology.
Campanology.
But
is that a Campanology stout?
That's interesting.
It was a while ago. Do you know which?
I don't even remember that. We never had that at our store. Otherwise, because you and I tried, there was a tiramisu, and there was a babka.
Yeah,
and we're not getting those anymore.
Okay,
so we didn't have them last year, and I think it was the year before we had them the last time. But then it said no, we're not getting those. And then also, because remember there was that barrel aged
the
stout
cookie butter was stout. The cookie butter. And that's not a stout though. Sorry,
and that came back again, but. There you go.
Have the babka in my fridge. Well, there you go.
It's a collector's item now, so if you want to make a few extra dollars.
Coming back in Southern Arizona or anywhere?
At least not here.
Because I know sometimes because there was a lot of like the pastry stout stuff in the last couple of years that like you never saw. We're in Arizona.
Yeah,
so.
there was something, and even remember the La Playa, that beer that we had years ago.
We always joked about that.
And then it was still available, like in Las Vegas, after we stopped being able to get it. So I guess anything's possible.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Babka is good, but not if you live alone. How? What's the percentage on that one? For his first time ever, we have a 50-50. We were just talking about that a little while ago. Frosty brought that up.
Okay, yeah, that's the Campanology Brewing. So
Lava Sour's brewing, and
maybe we'll be getting that. It's
because it all goes into my mouth. Well, I hope that's where it would go.
That's possible. Maybe we'll be getting something like that for the holidays
where
here
else
too.
Do you put your beers, Crocodile? Oh, no.
All goes in my mouth.
All goes in my mouth for a change. All right, let's take a break, get it, move around, stretch your legs a little bit. You guys should too. Babka is like 13 to 14%. Oof.
That was one of those.
That's got some proof on it. I like that. That's got a little ABV. I like it. Yeah, we're gonna go grab some glasses, clean up here a little bit, and bring back a pumpkin. Now pumpkin pie, pumpkin spice Chardonnay. I kept wanting to put pie in there. It's not true. No. Okay, just sat down. Well, you were getting up and being responsible.
Yes.
We'll be right back.
We got to stretch these legs.
Exactly. We are back. Thank you guys all for being here. I greatly appreciate. Well, I want to speak to you. Appreciate
Absolutely.
It?
We greatly appreciate
We both greatly.
You're speaking on behalf of AboutBeverages.
That's true.
There's a lot to catch up on, I think.
I know. What do we all got here? Just sat down. Chicken legs. Okay. Pretty close to Guinness Beer Garden. Picked up a gingerbread stout. Didn't realize it was so strong. Babka is 10%. Meant the Babka beer I have. Thought you were talking about the cake the cake they make at Trader Joe's. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
We do carry Brooklyn Babka or whatever.
Is it a chocolate or cinnamon?
It's a chocolate.
Okay.
Actually, we may have had both at one time, but now I think we just have the chocolate. Yep.
Carry the chocolate Brooklyn Babka cake, and I thought that was what was okay, that's what we were all talking about. Unfortunately, you guys are now going to be subject to us talking about this right here. Pumpkin spice Chardonnay from Trader Joe's. Well, look at this sun-kissed bevy, brother.
Oh, is that me?
That's you. Unless Planty is the sun and he's kissing us both, so I'm fine with either one of those options. Can you take out Bobka to a party? Yeah. Behind chocolate,
that was
they say cinnamon.
That's right.
That was why.
The Seinfeld.
Exactly.
Well, and then at the bakery that I used, you worked there too. She had her own version of babka. It was a flatter thing, but oh my God, I'm sure Baker remembers that. That was a delicious interpretation. Imagining of it. So
time to leave. Pumpkin spice Chardonnay and Planty is here.
Yes.
Hope you both are well. Hope you had a great trip, Keith.
I did. Yeah, did. No, I did. We had a good time. We've been recapping some of that. So
this pumpkin spice summon Planty. Maybe that's what it was. You never knew. Can you take that? Okay, I read that. Price tag. What is the price tag on this? $5.99, $6.99?
$6.99. That's funny that it's not available on the site there. But you said you found this, that it is in the flyer, right? Or just on the site.
Or I should say this is where I found it. Okay.
It might not have been in the flyer.
Okay.
But
what do we have
I wouldn't
here?
surprise.
6.9% alcohol.
Are you kidding?
This is the lowest alcohol in a wine we've ever had.
Okay.
We've been joking lately that most wines are getting into the 12, 13, 14 range, even in for white wines. This one's 6.9%. Pumpkin spice Chardonnay. Indulge in the essence of autumn with our pumpkin spice Chardonnay, a harmony of nutmeg, cinnamon, and clove with hints of buttery pie crust and a kiss of Sweet Cream. Actually, that was my stage name in college, if you guys want
A
to
Kiss
know.
from Sweet Cream.
Sweet Cream is what it
That's
was.
a song by Seal, I thought.
From a Kiss from a Sweet Cream?
Kiss from Sweet Cream.
Da, 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 da.
There's no video of that anywhere, is there?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, man. Of
Like-
us singing that?
A singing, maybe. Well, was that one of the ones we actually had to do as a song?
I thought we did,
redemption?
yeah.
Okay. Like a freshly baked pumpkin pie, this delicious blend is the perfect way to celebrate the warmth and coziness of the season. Produced and bottled by Second Story Wine Company, Greenfield, California.
I mean, if you had the right Chardonnay and you added the spices to it, this could work. But at $6.99, I'm hesitant.
What would
but it's going to be good.
What would I wonder what this wine would sell for if it was not in this form? Do you think this would be like a $2 chuck kind of wine, and then they've upped it a little bit?
I don't know.
We're just gonna take some fun guesses before we try it.
Yeah, I'm guessing. Yeah.
Lucky would like to know if he ends up at a Trader Joe's in a couple weeks. Is there a Keith call in line for recommendations?
You could probably somehow get a hold of this guy,
and then
he
I could I could message
indirectly,
it over.
but yeah, of course.
I could add a section to the Discord that is Keith recommendations at Trader Joe's. Like when new stuff comes in, you'd be like, "Hey, this is good," and we could add it there, and people could always look if there's.
I could do,
something.
absolutely.
We could add something like that.
Of course.
$2 chuck punches so far above its price.
I mean,
from what people say, yes.
So, and
it's not even $2 chuck anymore, though, for a lot of places.
No, for us it's $3.49. California, I think, is $2.99 now. But I think in the past, it's been a few years now, but it's the Chardonnay that we use when we do our turkey at Thanksgiving. And I think I've had you and Joe each try a little bit of it.
Yeah, that's been fine.
And yeah, I mean,
it's not exactly what I look for in a Chardonnay, but it's not like, ooh.
Yeah, I even remember it was 5 years ago now. There was a wine tasting at a Trader Joe's here in town, and I wasn't working with Fitz at the time, but he and I we tried a little sample of the Charles Shaw Cab, and we were like, it's okay.
I like the Greenfield. I live in California. I've never heard of that.
Oh wait,
that's what it says. Let me look at it again. Maybe I read it wrong. It's old eyes right here. No, Greenfield, California. Where is that? Look it up.
Kissed by the sun.
Where's Greenfield, California? A little darker than some of the Chardonnays we have had.
Yeah, it's all the spices.
And I would say I don't think it's from oak aging. Let's be honest.
Probably not.
My grandmother did that with $2 chuck at a party and won.
There are, I remember there were times that Trader Joe's $2 chuck was surprised many medalists and panelists, and yeah, okay.
Are you going to use this for the turkey? Like Guardian Downs asking this year?
I don't know about that.
That's not a terrible idea. All right, so a little darker than what we normally see out of Chardonnays, probably from spices that are in here.
It's a nice space hide Scotch color.
Scotch
Actually,
color.
it's even a little darker than that.
Oh my God.
Okay.
All right, to the aroma.
Oh my. Smells like root beer.
It does. There's like a licorice note in there or something. Green screen isn't doing it. This is pretty accurate on my shirt right here, or on Keith's shirt. Yeah. It's about that color. That's not too bad. Yeah, green screen, if I go out here, it's bad.
But yeah. Next to that.
Yeah. It's definitely like a darker yellow. Like I said again, looks like pee. If this looks like your pee, you probably should go need to hydrate a little more. Yeah. See a doctor about it possibly. I do get like the sweetness. There is like I put whipped cream on a cream pie. Yeah. No, that didn't sound good at all. Guarding down, easy. Whipped cream on a pumpkin pie or something like that. There's like a little bit of that sweetness. Yeah. Along with the spices. I actually, a few weeks ago...
There's a little apple or a little pear. There's a little fruit in there of some kind.
At the very back, there's apple.
Yeah. But overall, like to me, it's reason. Like... It makes me think of root beer.
Yeah, there is something in there that it's... Yeah, like it'd be like some sort of off style of root beer. Yeah, that is interesting.
It's a new brand name, off style root beer.
Actually, like about a month ago, I already bought a pumpkin pie out of Costco.
Oh.
They already had them, and I was like, I'm buying a pumpkin pie.
Might as well. They're delicious.
You ready? You ready to the taste?
Oh, yeah.
Had one at the beginning of August. That's kind of like middle of August is when I got one, Frosty. Pumpkin spice Chardonnay. Some people are not into that.
He's into it.
closer to a birch beer since they think they put cinnamon in it. That would make sense. All right, I have some thoughts.
I do too.
So if you tweak your brain and say this is a pumpkin spice cider, I think this is actually not bad. I would totally drink this. Like thinking of it, trying to like, where's the, like, 'cause I don't really get a wine component in there at all. I don't get that tang. I don't get that kind of pop of fruit. It literally is apple and like all of those things you'd expect in that seasoning, and maybe like a little bit of like lemon or citrus, like something at the end. But it's kind of everything I read in that description. Just don't think of it as a wine at all, and I think you might actually be okay with it.
I think you nailed it there. I was going to say I would rather drink this than our eggnog.
I would rather drink a lot more things than your eggnog. The Trader Joe's one.
That is a great call to think of it more like a cider.
It reminds me of like a woodchuck cider or something like that, maybe. Spike it with Fireball. You don't really need to, like, obviously, if you want more alcohol, more power to you.
The only thing I would say if you did want to add something to this would be to add like bubbles, add some like a sparkling water,
and a prosecco to her,
or a neutral, maybe a mild, a more neutral champagne of some kind, not champagne, a more neutral sparkling wine of some sort.
Yeah, if you wanted to add some of that
brute.
kind of tart, yes, yeah, that's interesting.
Trader Joe's has a $6.99 French sparkler.
Yeah,
that would probably be good.
This almost could use just a little bit of bubbles to it or something. That's honestly not bad. It's just not a Chardonnay like in any way, shape,
right?
I
wouldn't
taste profile wise, which I didn't expect. I also thought it was going to be probably like on the weirder side, but all of these flavors actually work together, and it's totally fine. Again, very very cider like.
The spices are balanced enough, like you said, they're cohesive.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was not expecting to drink that and think anywhere near. Oh, okay.
No.
But yeah.
Maybe as it warms up, like
put it in a soda stream.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to get bubbles that way, for sure. That's not a bad idea. Yeah. A French sparkler, it sounds like a more suave French tickler.
Hello, I am the French sparkler.
I am the French sparkler. How hot do you want it? How many sparkles do you want this way? Huh. I am looking for the key flex. Where's the key flex?
I thought you said key flex, and then I realized you were saying key flex.
Keith.
Keith. That's right. Ringmaster Keith.
Ringmaster Keith.
I appreciate that you turned me on to the Dinners on Me podcast. Because I really been listening. I've been listening to that a lot.
I like those. Just like that's like my working around doing stuff. It almost feels like I'm in the middle of a conversation.
Yeah,
which I mean you are, but it's more than just like. Obviously, I like other I just started listening to like David Cross's podcast and some of the other ones. Craig Ferguson has a podcast too that I just downloaded. I haven't started listening to it yet. Okay. But yeah, that one in particular is just more like it feels like I'm hanging out. Like I just happen to be like I'm one table over and I'm eavesdropping.
Yeah, it just makes me hungry a little bit sometimes.
That does. It's definitely an ad for the places they go. I'm sure they get all their food for free or whatever, which is totally fine. Like, I mean, I wish I could do that.
I don't have a problem with that.
No.
Yeah. Drinks are on me. That's what we'll have. Drinks are on me.
We should have Drinks are on me as a podcast.
Hey, Scott, Rebecca.
Yeah.
We're going to do a pod called Drinks on Me. Would you sponsor that and give us the drink?
Give us the drinks.
We're going to need that big room. You know, the one near the front.
Do a monthly podcast from there. That's not a bad idea.
Drinks on Me. I wonder if there's already somebody's probably already got that. Somebody just took it right now. Damn it. Drinks on Me. But yeah, I've been listening to I want to listen to, because of his Modern Family fellow cast members. I've been listening. I want to listen because I listened to the Sofia Vergara one. And,
I haven't listened to that
that's one. I think a little while back, not too much. I think it's earlier this year. I just listened to the one with Luke, Nolan Gold.
Oh, okay.
And he's, because you think of his character, and obviously, and I knew he wasn't his character because he's Mensa and all that stuff.
Yeah.
He's but it's interesting, and he's like around our son's age. He's 25, and just hear him talking, and I thought that was really cool. There's also one with
looks like it's a thing already. Damn it.
Okay, all right. So I would be surprised if it wasn't. That makes sense, but. So yeah, no,
I've been. Tell me it's a guy pouring water.
Yeah. But I've been enjoying those, and still the Smartless and the Ted Danson, the Where Everybody Knows Your Name, that one. So those are good.
Those are definitely the ones I've been making the rounds on. It's amazing. Like when people always talk about, like I said, in this kind of space that we're in, where we're creating content and doing all this kind of stuff, drinks are on you. Where's the cream? Oh my gosh.
Oh, no.
I mean, if you're ready for it, whatever. When you're in this kind of social media space, it's always like, they always talk about like, be posting everywhere. I wouldn't have known about certain podcasts if I hadn't seen a clip of it on TikTok or a thing about it on Twitter. And then I'm like, oh, that looks cool. And then I actually, it's that conversion of getting someone to go from that spot to then go to the thing you actually want them to go to. That's like the hardest thing. So that's like, I always talk about like when you see people on, whenever someone comes into the stream and they're like, oh, I saw your TikTok, I'm coming in, or like, oh, I saw this and that. You're like, that is like the best thing a content creator can hear is if you were found somewhere else and then came over to the place where he makes money with whether it's Twitch or YouTube for us, any of that kind of stuff. That's where it makes such a huge deal. Crocodile, you can't be surprised by that previous comment, please. Curious how many wine connoisseurs buy this particular wine only to be disappointed and then drown it with pumpkin spice coffee. Yeah, exactly. They're just drowning their sorrows with pumpkin spice coffee. Worst decision I ever made. Oh, wait. Did you wind up trying did you wind up putting that, your moonshine into your PB&J beer?
Oh.
That could be something. They suffer so we don't have to. I saw your OnlyFans and now I'm here.
Oh, wow. I didn't know you were doing that.
That's been the joke for a while that we should start one and then we just call it like Naked Drinks. And then it's just like really just stripped down. Like it's like margarita. It's just like a picture of the items in the margarita just sitting there and like maybe like then us making the cocktail and then it's done. Like people are like, I thought there'd be nudity here. I'm kind of glad there isn't.
Then
but I still thought there would be.
The Keith Flex wouldn't be so exclusive then. I just
could put the Keith Flex on OnlyFans.
Flexing all the time.
Just constantly on OnlyFans flexing. Oh man. This is actually not bad. I totally would do, like, again, you have to not think of it as a Chardonnay, but if you're like, oh, I'm looking for a cider or I'm looking for something like that, the spices are just the right amount. They're not, too over the top. And I think you could totally add something to this. Like if you wanted to spike it with another alcohol, if you did have like an apple pie moonshine or some sort of pumpkin, if you wanted to, up it that way, or like you said, with a brute, something like that. It'd be good.
Might be interesting to try it with some sort of carbonation added to it. But
I'll tier 3 that OnlyFans. We have one supporter and it's Lucky on OnlyFans. Only paid actors, right? Exactly.
Oh, man.
That is too funny. Well, I'm happy that it doesn't taste bad, but it's also not as funny.
Yeah. No, I know. Normally there's all kinds of stuff going on.
So what would you say to somebody if they came up and they're like, and held up this bottle and they're like, really?
Because I was actually asked yesterday, or maybe it was today about it. And we're like, well, I haven't tried it. No, I would frame it exactly like you said. I would say, I don't really think it tastes like a wine. To me, it's more reminiscent of a cider. The spice, it's a good spice mix. Mm-hmm. And just think of it as a grape cider, I guess, or something.
I mean, and I guess for a cider, like it's 7% on a cider is like decent. Cause that's like, what's that Imperial one? What's the Excelsior? What's that?
Yeah, the Schilling Imperial.
Oh gosh, funny. Does this even work anymore? Look at that.
Oh, look at that.
I could have had that the whole time.
Oh my God.
Randomly, just on this one is where we have this. Look at that. We could
Looks like I have cauliflower ears.
You always say that. That's why I don't use this picture. Like,
but I love it though. It's great. I'm okay with it. I don't care. It's so seasonal.
This question is for both of you. What do you think about Caleb Williams so far? Is it time to panic yet? No.
So you are much more into the Bears as far as following them, knowing the intricate things than I am. But I was encouraged by what I saw Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's way too soon. That's just silly.
Yeah, way too soon.
For anybody panicking, that's just silly.
Yeah,
like
I definitely don't think it's time to panic.
If you look at what their offensive line has been like, everything else, like those questions, anybody that acts that way or talks about it in any kind of a, like I said, serious way, they don't understand football. To not give someone like that amount of credit. Like I was actually even had a small back and forth with someone on Twitter because they were like, oh, looks like Bears have the next Bryce Young. It's like, okay, Bryce Young's played for a year and a half. Yeah, and I was just like, you don't. And then they were like bringing up like little stats, and I'm like, you were comparing year 2 versus year 1, and you're just like, it was just such an apples and oranges thing. It was just so ridiculous. But yeah, no, anybody does that.
No, that's stupid.
I give him at least 3 or 4 more quoters.
People just want to be haters. It's dumb, and it's because it's the Bears. People like to see the Bears lose, the Cowboys lose. They certain teams.
Yeah,
people just want to. Lose.
And that's all it is. Because one of them. Well, it was funny because I was going back and forth. One of them was they're a Panther fan fanatic. So then my final tweet, when they stopped tweeting back and forth, I said, "I'm sorry we fleeced your team for all the picks. I hope your quarterback improves." Like I was like, "Nice, stop the conversation right there." Like we literally took everything from you. Like please.
Yeah, they're already talking about them having the number 1 pick and getting a quarterback next year.
Yeah,
so it's like.
Look at Baker and Darnold post Carolina. Yeah, like I said, that's also a good point too. Like I can't believe they're already benching him. They didn't even play him in the preseason. It's not like I don't want to get into a bunch of football talk, but like I said, they didn't even play him in the preseason and everything else, and they expected him with a brand new offense and everything else. Speaking of Bryce Young, like I said, expected him to come out like flying. Like he's not reading the field well, but he also. These games right now, it's kind of funny how they talk about like, oh, it's good less preseason games, and then like, oh, it's a longer season. These first 2 or 3 games for every team are literally look like preseason games because no one played. The starters barely played. They're all finding their way. They all like touchdowns are down right now. Like this is like the least amount of passing touchdowns since like 2004 or 6 or something like that. Yep. It's just it's like people just are not ready to play the game. Like they really need to go back to 16 game season and actually have 4 preseason games and use 3 of them and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, that's the thing. Yeah. The benching isn't great. Look at Baker and Darnold. Yeah. Rather talk football than pumpkin spice Chardonnay. I'm telling you, what if I said pumpkin spice cider? Would that actually interest you anymore? Because that's what this tastes like.
I don't think I can order anymore, but we actually have our Howling Gorge pumpkin cider.
Oh, okay.
At the store, and no longer available to order though. No.
Bryce will be on a different team next year. I mean, who knows? The Panthers will be a different team next year. I'm sure they will have fired everybody again at that point. Pumpkin spice everything as it's 97 degrees outside. Ghost VO, it is wonderful to see you. How was your anniversary the other day? I think it was yesterday. Ghost VO had his 20th anniversary.
Hopefully it went well. Well, congratulations. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Pumpkin anything, I'm out. Okay. Well, if you're out on pumpkin anything, then that's just not going to work for you because I love me some pumpkin pie.
Yeah, that's surprisingly enjoyable.
Yeah. Yep. Surprisingly enjoyable. What if you'd had that and you put a scoop of vanilla ice cream in it?
I think that could work.
Yeah. I think that could be interesting.
Yeah.
Pumpkin spice has nothing to do with pumpkin. It's like Old Bay or curry. I mean, I like those things too.
Yeah. It takes your pumpkin puree.
Right.
And enhances it by adding spice. So yes.
All I know is football is back and pumpkin pie season, best time of the year. It's a pretty good time of the year. I agree, brothers. It is a pretty good time of the year.
It's a good time.
Nothing wrong with that. All right. Well, thank you guys all for being here.
Yeah, it was a rather lively group tonight.
Well, because you're here. They're excited to have you back.
I was here a couple weeks ago and we were a little on the mellower side. And that's fine. We don't do this. We're happy to have everyone here. We like that, but we also enjoy getting together. So that's
true.
That's a big part of it too. So no, we're grateful you guys are here and hanging out with us and having some fun because this was a lot of fun.
So we've already talked about for next week. We kind of have a mild plan already. We've got a cider that is
flaccid cider.
We keep joking that it's a flaccid cider. It is a hard cider, but then they removed the alcohol part, so no longer hard. So it is a flaccid cider. So we'll start with that probably next week. I think we're also going to have. I actually have some Kona coffee that was given to me from by HJ while they were in Hawaii recently as well. They're before you, right? I think it was. They're before you. Wow. I'll take it though. Guardian down with the sub for Caleb Williams, overrated. Caleb Williams, overrated. I will take that sub. Thank you very much, Guardian. Yes. I appreciate it. Will you be having the Tua concussion also subbing to the stream as well? Or what do we got going on there?
Oh, yes.
I'm glad they put him on IR.
Tua should retire
for himself.
Okay.
They did they put him on the 4 to 6 week IR or whatever.
Okay.
Like they need to do that. That's a good thing. But anyway, some coffee next week, and we'll figure out something else to do as well. So that will be the plan.
Oh,
That'll
yes,
be
the plan. Of course,
the plan. Maybe we'll have an Irish whiskey.
Good to see you too, Planty. Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah,
and
thanks
your
for everybody
well-wishes.
coming
we appreciate that.
Appreciate you. We're gonna go say hi to Casey. She is doing some more Destiny art as always. She is super nice. Does a lot of art streams, sometimes some Destiny gaming. But yeah, go check her out. She is super fun and super nice. And we like supporting artists here on the stream as always. But yeah, we will be back again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel for more beverage
More
podcasting fun.
That's right.
Yeah.
Beat it.
Okay. Oh, that could be it. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.